Hi everyone, it's Dulles, Kiwi Scrapper from New Zealand, and I'm just doing a quick tour around my craft room because I've been tidying up in here. Now it's not all finished, so I'm not going to... Ooh, look at that ribbon, isn't that lovely? This is a project, probably I think the third project I ever made, and that was last year, and I made it for a challenge. I think it was Luscious Purple Challenge for Heather, and she's Ideas to Come over in America, and I actually sent her a smaller thing because this was too big to put in the post with that cherub there. That little thing at the top there is from, little mason jar is from Donna, and Donna Dreams X3. Coming over here, there's just some necklaces waiting to be altered, or to take it, be taken apart. And this is my candy station, which I've just set up over the last few days. Sorry, I'm holding my camera, so I'm trying to be nice and slow and even. And there's lots of lovely things in there. That, big canister of bracelets and necklaces waiting to be taken apart in that jar, and the peace sign. I'll be doing something probably for my daughter-in-law over in America, because I made one for myself last year and she admired it, so I'm going to do it in her colours, which are different from my colours. And that box at the back there, which has got some resin pieces in it, I did that a wee while ago now. That's a beautiful picture of an angel on there. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's heart shaped. I seem to be doing lots of heart shaped stuff at the moment. And here we've got lots of lovely bits. There's a bit of milk glass there. Most of those bits in here I'm showing you came, well, some of them came off shoes, old shoes that I picked up in op shops, thrift shops. A lovely canister of buttons over here. Some jars at the back there. There's a cherub, and that he's holding flower centres. Another piece of lovely, it's a Victorian piece. So it's like milk glass with the pink lining, just beautiful. Because I collect that kind of thing. Pearls in that one. Beads. That's a Victorian dish. It's got a pattern on it, but you can't see it. Some beautiful pieces there. Look at that piece there, it's huge. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know what I'll do with that, but I'm sure I'll find something to do with it. Anyway, that's my candy station. It's sitting on top of a set of drawers that belonged to my parents, and it was always in their bedroom, part of their bedroom set. It needs painting because I gave it to my son a few years ago when he went flatting, and he stuck stickers all over it. I'll show you, it's just terrible. Now my mother painted it, had it painted white with lilac, and look at it, it's all filthy and dirty and all stickers stuck all over it, so I've got to renovate that. It's a nice oak piece. Okay, I'm just going to cover this because I'm going to take you across here. That's an old Victorian bed that it was put up in this room, but I've taken it down because it took up too much room. And another little part on a set of drawers. That's Christmas decorations that I did last year. There's a little tin house there, cream tin house that's waiting for me to alter. And that's this little canister that I altered a wee while ago. It's all very luscious, that one. Those flowers are from Evelyn. That's Evelyn 0861 in America. We did a swap. Little teddy bears, two little fully jointed teddy bears that I made in 2000, I think it was. There's this little cotton reel here sitting. I've sat it inside this little wrought iron holder, but the cotton reel itself and the big flower on top come from Donna, and that's Donna Donna Dreams X3. And this is, again, this is a stick pins from Evelyn for our swap. She did beautiful stick pins. Mine were just awful because I only had weak, horrible stick pin wire to use. I've found a place where I get some much better ones now. I did apologise to Evelyn for that. But that's beautiful. That was very original what she did there. Gorgeous. And over here there's just a bowl of... Sorry, my shadow's getting in the way there. Just a bowl of nice things. Love that little picture of the cherub in the back there. I found that recently in an op shop. And this is a tin that I've got so far in altering, and I haven't finished it yet. Just a plain tin, but I've padded all the lid and the things, sides of it. So I'm going to work on this. Now this whole thing is a glass fronted Edwardian unit. See, I don't have all mod cons. Because we have a 1910 Edwardian villa, I like to keep that and you know, keep all the furniture in keeping with the house. So this is actually, it came from a shop, and you'll see on each drawer it's still got the place where you put the labels, so underneath the handle there. So these would have been for ladies' gloves and ladies' handkerchiefs or men's handkerchiefs, whatever. At the moment it contains all my laces. That's my pink and peach drawer. And below is, this is blues and creams. There's some rubbish on the floor there, so you might have seen that. That's waiting to go into places. Look at this beautiful green lace there that this one here that Irene gave me. That's seriously scrapping over in Australia. And this one here is another drawer full of white and cream laces, all kinds of things. And below that there's, oh, this is terrible, this is my flower drawer. This is all my wild orchid craft flowers, and it's terrible. Oops, I hope my camera's not swaying. And then below that there's my papers, and lastly there's just, you know, embellishment pieces, stickers. This is my Edwardian cot, or Victorian cot, sorry. These two dresses are just draped over there, baby dresses. They're just waiting to be, for me to get paint up some nice hangers for them, clothes hangers. Nice wooden ones when I find them. And I'll introduce you to there's an Edwardian teddy bear sitting there, but he's got no eyes, bless him. Very early teddies. There's a couple, there's another lovely French doll there. Show you her face. Yeah, she's a baby. Anyway, I'm going to cover up the thing now because I'm going to take you into the other side. So as I said before, I've said to some people I share my craft room with my doll collection, and these are just a few. This is just a Victorian corner cabinet that I've used in here, and those are a little collection of 1950 dolls, and some beautiful little girls there, English and American. The black ones are mainly English. The little one standing by the set of drawers and the beautiful hat, that's a Madame Alexander, yeah, Alexander, that's it. So yeah, this is my, yeah, I love collecting. I haven't collected dolls for a while now, but that's a nice picture there of Victoria. Up here we've got a nice, this is two Victorian children playing in the, I think it might be a beach. They're just standing on the rocks with the water going around them. She's carrying a dog. And over here, the back of my door. I made this recently for Irene, Seriously Scrapping, for her 450 plus subbies challenge, and that's going in the post tomorrow. And underneath that, I've got to wrap it up, of course. There's a lovely vintage bag I made. I think that was part of a submission for design team for Lily Lineker. And I'll just cover you up again. Over here is this little Victorian, or sorry, Edwardian doll dress. Up here, this is this canister was done by Irene, Seriously Scrapping. When we did a swap, oh, way back last year, when we first become friends. It's lovely, isn't it? I had it in the living room, but I've altered things around. These are my fairy pictures. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. They're 1930 ones. They're kind of like made in sort of, I don't know what it is. It's sort of beautiful shiny papers. So I'll cover you up again, and I'll take you over to this part, because some of the room still hasn't been finished. So that's that was part of my submission to Lily Lineker for her DT, and I did a guest spot for her recently. I think it was July. That beautiful bridal bow at the back there. I'll just zoom in here. Yes, that's the hanging. That's waiting to be hung on my wall, but I've got to find a space for it. And that beautiful wedding bow dress bow came from Kay, and it's Cassican's one. She gifted that to me, wasn't it? Got some dolls there in the cabinet, some antique dolls. It's a big cabinet unit. Oh, yeah. That can't, oh no, sorry, not the fairy in front of it. I just hung that there to get it out of the way the other day, and I forgot to take it off. The pink hanging, dress hanging, came from Evelyn in our swap. That's Evelyn 0861. My husband's about to come in. Yes, and he's about to go out again because he didn't know I was filming. Oh, that's some of my vintage teddy bears and some little dolls, vintage dolls there. Antique, not vintage, antique. And okay, we go down here. That's recent corset wall hanging I made. And that's my heart album, fabric album being displayed on that. And that's, all of this is sitting on a beautiful kauri wood, which is a native New Zealand wood, highly prized. This was actually a box that it's like a Victorian box, but my father had it in the garage. He kept some of his tools in it, and when he passed away in 1998, I was clearing out the house, and I took that. It's a nice remembrance of my dad. Those are some lovely cherub cups I found in a thrift shop, op shop. There's some cushions waiting to be altered. And this lovely book here comes from, that came from Caroline Withington over in the UK. She made that for me. Isn't that beautiful? And down here we've got a chest that I'm going to alter. It's full of hearts, altered hearts that I've made, and some of those are available for the competition I'm running at the moment, or the challenge rather. That's just a baby doll. That's Sugar Britches doll. I've got to dress her up beautifully, but she's not dressed up beautifully at the moment. So, oh, and that's a recent layout I made of my my little youngest grandson when he was 3 months old last Christmas. That's very recently made. Up here, behind that lovely little teddy bear that's hanging there, there's another wall hanging, and that came from Lisa. Maggie 2005 Cupcakes, or Maggie Cupcakes 2005, I can't remember. And there's part of the storage that I use, and over here we've got an antique doll and a vintage pram and all kinds of things over there. So yeah, I think that's about lovely vintage baby pram spread there. That pillow down there, cushion down there is waiting to be altered. Look at this lovely girl here. She's fast asleep. This is an American sleeping baby. I can't remember who did her. Now I'm going to, this is a quick glimpse at my craft table, because it's a mess, but this is how it usually looks. So these are just different projects I'm working on. David says to me, how can you work in that small space? Well, I do. Okay, well, I'm going to say goodbye for now. That's just a quick tour. I don't have a fancy craft room like a lot of people have. Up on the top of the craft room, on top of this big unit, there's a whole lot of other stuff there, but it's very, very messy, so I'm not going to take you through it. When it's all tidied up, I'll show you. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Hope you enjoyed this tour, such as it was. Bye for now.